Hey there, welcome back to Abby in the Arts. Today I'll be reading about Good Friday. This is my sixth video out of 7. I hope you like it. Now when morning came, all the chief priests and the elders of the people conferred together against Jesus to put him to death, and they bound him and led him away and delivered him to Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that he had been condemned. He felt remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders, saying, I have sinned by betraying and innocent blood. But they said, What is that to us? See to that yourself. And he threw the pieces of silver into the temple sanctuary and departed, and he went away and hung himself. The chief priest took the pieces of silver and said, It is not lawful to put them into the temple treasury, since it is the price of blood. And they confirmed together, and with the money bought the potter's field as a burial place for strangers. For that reason, that field has been called the field of blood to this day. Then that which was spoken through Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled. And they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of the one whose price had been set by the son of Israel, and they gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord directed me. After that, the feast the governor was accustomed to release for the people any one person whom they wanted. Pilate said to them, Whom do you want me to release, Barabbas or Jesus? The chief priests and the elders preceded the crowd to ask for Barabbas and put Jesus to death. But the governor said to them, Which of the two do you want me to release for you? And they said, Barabbas. Pilate said to them, Then what shall I do with Jesus, who is called Christ? They all said, Crucify him. And he said, Why, what evil has he done? But they kept shouting all the more, saying, Crucify him. When Pilate saw that he was accomplishing nothing, he rather that a riot was starting. He took water and washed his hands in front of the crowd, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. See to that yourself. All the people said, His blood shall be on us and our children. Then he released Barabbas for them, but after having Jesus scourged, he handed him over to be crucified. After that, soldiers mocked him. Then Jesus was crucified with him. 2 robbers were crucified on both sides of him. Robbers who had been crucified with him were also insulting him with the same words. Now from the 6th hour darkness fell upon all the land until the 9th hour. About the 9th hour Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, that is, my God, why have you forsaken me? And some of those who were standing there, when they heard it, began saying, This man is calling for Elijah. Immediately one of them ran, and taking a sponge, he filled it with sour wine, and put it on a reed, and gave him a drink. But the rest of them said, Let us see whether Elijah will come to save him. And Jesus cried out again with a loud voice, and yielded up his spirit. And behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, and the rocks were split. The tomb opened, of many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming out of the tomb after his resurrection, they entered the holy city and appeared to many. Now the centurions and those who were with him, keeping guard over Jesus, when they saw the earthquake, the things that were happening, became very frightened, and said, Truly this was the Son of God. Many women were there looking on from a distance, who had followed Jesus from Galilee, while ministering to him. Among them was Mary Magdalene, and Mary the mother of James and Joseph, the mother of son of Zebedee. When it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who himself had also become a disciple of Jesus. This man went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate ordered it to be given to him. And Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had hewn out in the rock. And he rolled a large stone against the entrance of the tomb and went away. And Mary Magdalene was there, and the other Mary sitting opposite the grave preparation. The chief priests and the Pharisees gathered together with Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember that when he was still alive, that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I am to rise again.' Therefore give orders for the grave to be made secure until the third day. Otherwise his disciples may come and steal him away, and say to the people, 'He has risen from the dead,' and the last deception will be worse than the first." Pilate said to them, "You have guards to go make it as secure as you know how." And then they went and made the grave secure, and along with the guard they set a seal on the stone.